Hello, everyone. This is Eric Kura. You can follow me on Twitter at PuckGuy14, joined by Ian Reed at I Read Pucknology for this Pucknology After Dark conversation. With us today, we have NHL and CHL on Sportsnet host Jeff Marek. A delight and pleasure to have you on. We've been wanting to have you on for a while, so we appreciate the time for this today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, Eric. Ian, nice to be on with you guys. How you doing today?
Good.
Very good.
So we'll get right into it. We'll talk about the Sharks and Penguins. What's your take so far? It's just one game, but what did you see from the Sharks so far in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final?
A bad first period, but then everything after that leads me to believe this is going to be a long series, and there's going to be a lot of momentum changes and a lot of lead changes. And I hate people that say, "Oh, the series is going to go 7." Usually, when I hear that, that means they don't know what's going to happen. And in this situation, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think this thing is going 7. Like, this one's going to be a nice long series, and if we have 6 more, like we just had in Game 1, then sign me up, because it's going to be played at a really incredible pace. I think San Jose still has a better pace they can play at, but if you remove that first period, this is a hell of a series, and I don't expect the San Jose Sharks to play like they did the first period of Game 1. So this one could be a great one here, boys.
Definitely. It's almost like Game 7 could probably go into multiple overtimes too, which would be great for the game, but for us Sharks fans, we'll be needing oxygen tanks throughout
defibrillators.
Yes. With Matt Nieto coming into the lineup, that adds a little more speed to the game. Does it help or hinder to have that on a fourth line?
Oh, no. Fourth line now is asked to do a lot of other different things. And the one thing that we've seen about the Pittsburgh Penguins too is they roll 4 lines that all have speed. Like, every single line with the Pittsburgh Penguins moves their feet. So I don't think including someone who can move their feet on a fourth line is anything that it's frivolous and it's not gonna help at all. I think when you play against the Pittsburgh Penguins, you need to play at their tempo, because the one thing the Penguins do is they grab you and they drag you to deep water fast. Like, they play at a pace that forces you to keep up, and the moment you wilt a little bit, that's when the Pittsburgh Penguins have you. So I think you bring in speedy Matt Nieto, no matter where you put him, first line, second, third, or fourth line, it's going to certainly help.
Go ahead, Ian, with your questions regarding the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Don't mind the little one behind me here.
Not a problem.
Jeff, I'm a huge fan of everything you do, but something we're kindred spirits on is our love of junior hockey. So I got a couple of junior hockey questions for you.
Hang on. I'm going to ask you one first.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're a San Jose Sharks fan, right?
I am.
Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds fan?
Correct.
So how much does it suck to see Matt Murray do this to your team?
Well, I'm hoping it's not fun, but I'm hoping that Joe Thornton will counterbalance the match.
There you go.
Yes. Okay, great pull. You pulled yourself out of that one, Ian. Okay, go ahead.
First, I want to ask you about Timo Meier. How excited should Sharks fans be about this guy? I know when he was drafted, a lot of guys were like, maybe Renton, maybe Barzal instead, but how excited should we be about him?
Big, strong, physical, can score. Was an all-star at the Memorial Cup. He had a great series against Drummondville. Sort of tailed off a little bit until the team got to the President's Cup final, the Rwanda Huskies. This guy looks like he's pro-ready. He's pro-polished. This guy will be turning pro next year. And I said it throughout the entire tournament. San Jose Sharks are into the Stanley Cup final, and they still have this guy coming. Big, strong, can score. If I'm a Sharks fan, I'm really excited about Timo Meier.
Awesome. Also, just from the Memorial Cup too, which I watched the whole thing, and again, thanks for the coverage. It's awesome that you guys do.
Very nice, very nice.
It's fun. Thanks, man.
What about Adam Haluka? Because this is a guy who gets drafted in his second draft year. He didn't get drafted in his initial draft year. Gets drafted in his second. Didn't think much of the pick at the time, and then he starts in the Barracuda, goes back to I want to say Seattle.
Spokane.
Spokane, right. He goes back to Spokane and then gets traded to Red Deer and he had such a great series. I mean, those 2 games with the Rebels and the Huskies, those were just great games. What do you think of Adam Haluka?
It's a good player. The bailiwick is the shot. Like that's what you're gonna notice first about Adam Haluka. He was brought in to score goals, and he did. They put him on an interesting line as well. He played with Luke Philp. There's another trade who came in from Cunha and Jake DeBrusk, who's a first-round draft pick of the Boston Bruins. He comes in from Swift Current. So I always find it interesting when players who come from three separate places get placed on a line and find instant chemistry, because it's not as if they played, their bantam years together or, much junior hockey together. And it seemed as if right away when you put Philp, DeBrusk, and Haluka together, it just clicked. And at times that was Brent Sutter's best line. There were a couple of times where I saw Haluka where, he turned up the opportunity to take a shot, deferring to somewhere else. And you're seeing yourself, Haluka's got to have that shot. Haluka's got to have that shot. And if you look at, that first game against the London Knights, the Red Deer Rebels, they handled the London Knights in that first 10 minutes. And if Haluka scores on that first shot and doesn't hit the crossbar, it's a much different game and maybe a much different tournament. So, this guy's going to play pro hockey. It's not going to be the NHL right away. He's still some seasoning to do in the American Hockey League, but he's another outstanding prospect for the San Jose Sharks.
Another question, just like something that I need to, like, a guilty question I Sharks fans are going to care about. Is that London team the best London team ever?
Oh, let's see. I mean, the other one you compare it to is 2005, and they had that humongous winning streak, and they won the Memorial Cup against Sidney Crosby's Rimouski squad. That team had Corey Perry and Dave Boland and Danny Savret and Adam Dennis and Dan Girardi and Robbie Shrimp, and you go right down the line. I know, it's just a murderer's row of players on that team. So that was an outstanding squad. But I think that if you look at 17 games in a row in the playoffs, the only games they lost were in the first two in the opening round, 2 games against Yonge Sound Attack. They went through Kitchener. That's a top 10 CHL team. Erie Otters went through a top 10 team. Niagara, who knocked off Kingston, they were on fire and then swept the tournament and then beat the Huskies. I'd probably say, and we'll see what happens to these guys as pros, but just as a junior hockey team, 17 wins in a row in the playoffs.
Unreal.
I'll say that's the best London Knights time.
Yes.
One last question for me. Out of all the guys that are coming up from junior, you got for the Sharks, you've got guys like Rourke Chartier and Kevin LeBlanc probably going pro next year. Any dark horses that you might see making the team other than obviously Timo Meier?
First of all, the one thing you have to consider too is not going to be a whole lot of room at the San Jose Sharks for guys to join this team. So it's a nice situation to have in that you can let players over-ripen a little bit with the Barracudas. But if I really don't see much movement on the San Jose Sharks squad at all, to be honest with you. I think that the only player who's going to be able to walk in is maybe Timo Meier, and that's it.
Gotcha.
I got one last question. I apologize.
Okay.
Dylan Sadawi got traded to Detroit. I was really, really high on this guy. Am I justifiably disappointed?
Who's this? Dylan Sadoway?
Dylan Sadoway, sorry, yes.
Yeah, nice player. He can score. To me, he sort of trends as your, third line winger who can chip in some offense. I like Sadoway. I love him as a junior hockey player. I didn't get to watch him a ton in Saginaw, but I watched him a lot in Barrie. It's a drag because he'll probably play in the NHL. He's not going to be a top 6 guy. He's a bottom 6 player, but he's a bottom 6 player with a lot of skill.
NHL and CHL and Sportsnet, Jeff, Marek, we thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon.
Eric, Ian, thanks so much for joining me. Just so you know, my 2 kids picked the San Jose Sharks, so let's go Sharkies.
They're smart kids. Thanks, Jeff.
This has been huge. Thanks, man.
Thanks, boys. Anytime.
Appreciate it.